Record. Okay, hello Professor, this is Devashish. I'll be performing the activity 3 of IFT 598, Managing Intelligent Devices. So just for informations, I have already set it up, my Oracle VirtualBox with Ubuntu and with Eclipse and everything. But the problem which I am running into at this point, like it is very bit slow, and I need to solve that issue right now. But for now, actually, I just move it to my Mac machine and trying to perform this activity here. But I'll make sure that I'll be using the Raspberry Pi, so I'll make sure that Ubuntu is properly installed in Raspberry Pi, and I'll see the whether it can be little fast there, and then I'll going forward, actually I'll have everything into my Raspberry Pi. But I need to have some time because uh, I'll set it up actually in the next few days. Uh, but for this one, actually, like even in this case also, I have already uh, already like it's all set it up in my last activity, but the problem is just slowness. I just don't have that much of time to deal with that slowness at this point. Okay, so I'm just moving on. I'll be starting this activity. So the activity starts with creating a Java project. So I'll just hit create Java project. I'll select the Java project, and next I'll give the suitable name, the test project. I don't need modules, so I'll just create and open perspective. So here you can see that it's actually put all the GRE system files from my Java SDK 17 and the source folder. So which actually concludes number 1 to 8, I guess. Yes. Okay. So now I'll just create one package here quickly. File, new package, com.ecu finish. Here I'll be creating a new class called person. Okay, now here I will also create one more thing called UML directory. So I'll select this. Next. I'll just add here. So you can see that its person is added. As it is a blank class, it's showing nothing there. Okay, so I'll start. So that concludes 8 the steps from 8 to 9 also, because I just show that this is a blank person screens, persons objects. So now here I'm going to create 3 variable which will which is the activity of number 10 and 11. So let me just create that quickly. String name private string and private double hourly rate. So that is done. So then I just save it. Now if I move it to here, it will show me the list of variables which I created in the person step. So that concludes the number 11 and 12. So now I'm starting the 12, sorry, 11. I'm starting the 12. So I just need to create a default constructor. So I'll create a default constructor by saying this and generate. I'll delete this super. Come on. Hey, I'll just generate again using this default constructor. So I'll deselect and I'll just generate it. Now I'll remove this class. I'll assign the value here. Say John. And he gets hourly paid as $50. So that's concludes 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now I'll create a constructor which is not a default constructor with all the fields populated. So I'll just select everything and I'll hit generate. So it's generated the class. So that means I completed 17, 18. Okay, now I'll save this one. Save it. Okay. So now I'm going to generate the setter and getter. Select setter and getter. And saving. Moving here, you can see that all persons and all other things are getting generated. Don't know some reason the setter and getter is not getting displayed with this version of the UML plugins which I'm using, but yeah, but it sounds all right. Like as long as it's showing me the fields, because normally like we don't create setter and getter anymore at this point because we have a library called Lombok. Using that, actually we can just annotate the class and it's in compile time it process and create the implementation of those setter and getters. So it was one of the interesting project. So that concludes my steps till 21. So I'm now going to perform the 22. It's also because we just reviewed this. Now we are going to generate the, sorry, 22 is not completed. 22 is just to generate the toString. So let's generate the toString. So what it will do is it will just, tell us that how this object is constructed. And it's just basically returns the all concatenation values of, this thing, which is good. Okay, so that concludes the number 22. Now I'm moving to the number. Okay, so that concludes number 22 and 23. So moving to the number 24. 24 is asking me to create another method called get payment, which is having the argument called int hours. Just return rate star. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that is done. And if I go back to the UML, it's showing me that one as well. Okay, so now moving to the 25. 25 is just to create a payment class. So I'll just create a payment class from here, file, new class payment, finish. Here, I just need to main method, and then I just need to create object, John object actually basically. So if we just control space, I'll select the next one. First one is John. Second one is Smith. 15.0. And then I need to print out this. Sys out, controls, persons. Now the next is again the sys out. This time I'll just call the get payment by passing 40, which is weekly payment. And then I'm just saving it, saving it, saving it. And here, to drag this. Okay, so now if I go here in the payment, if I run this, it's generated the persons, which is John's this one, and we are also just putting the how much he gets in weekly, which is $600, which concludes till number 30. Now we just need to create a executable. Now I'll just create, I'll just export the jars, runnable jars. Next, data.jars, saying this one, finish. One more time, because I think just to give error, I'll just create a new jar, ECU. Tap it, export, next. Okay. Okay, so it's start completed this jar file. So that concludes my activity. So I'm just stop sharing, and I will stop recording.